We did have a celebrity death this week. I forgot to tell you. Joe Biden's uncle eaten by cannibals. Did you guys see that?
Did you see that checkout stand at Walmart on the Daily Star? What is it?
New Esquire.
Yeah. You guys actually didn't see that story? Okay, well, we won't talk more about it, but Google it, all right?
First of all, how could Joe Biden's uncle be alive? Is he like 100? How old is he?
That's how we're starting this podcast off this week. Great.
I could do something different. Did you see nacho fries are coming back on the 25th? I mean, yeah, that's 3 days away.
You're overly excited about the nacho fries.
I love nacho fries. Too much hype. They're not. I know you like them, but
okay. I like the nacho part. I don't really like their fries. I don't like the batter.
This is normal cheese. All right.
Did you see the story? This is not Darwin, but with the lady who went into the bank to get a loan, but she couldn't get it, so she brought in her uncle's corpse and had him sign. She was like propping his head up and everything, like a Weekend at Bernie's situation.
It was the creepiest video I've ever watched.
She was like, "Oh, you can't sign right now, Uncle? I'll sign for you."
It's actually a pretty good idea, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Why?
To bring a dead person into a bank to sign a loan?
Worth a shot.
No, it's not a good idea.
She's probably thinking, how long?
Worth a shot.
How long did I go to jail for? Like, a month?
Well, it would have been better.
On the way to the funeral. I just thought I'd stop and by here real quick.
It'd been better if she brought him in just before he died, while he was still alive, but barely. So if you have a relative who barely is hanging on, now's the time to take him into the bank and
She waited too long.
Maybe he died on the way.
Yeah.
Maybe he was alive.
That could be her defense. I didn't know he was dead. He seemed like he was alive.
When I came in the door, he was alive.
How did she carry him in there? No, he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And that's how she got him in.
I brought up this, I was researching for the podcast, and I asked my class of students, like, hey, so there was a story about a guy who had his girlfriend, he drove around for a long time with his girlfriend's corpse in the car, and he got in trouble. And I asked my class, well, how do you guys even how would you dispose of a body? What would you do? And they had some pretty good ideas. My daughter was in that class, and she had a fantastic idea. She said, what you do is you have to like burn off all of the flesh, and then you have just the bones, and then you just drive and you toss the bones out the window in different states so they're never all together.
She's thought of this too much.
Yeah, but that's horrible. That reminds me of, what was that TV show where people were like crazy? It's like My Weird Fetish or something, where someone was married to a roller coaster.
My Strange Addiction. Or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Where the guy had his mom's corpse in a coffin in like the backyard in the shed. And like he went out and like kissed her every day.
Oh.
They showed this like totally decomposed corpse, like a mummy, and he would come out and... So yeah, he would say hi.
What about that lady who was eating her husband's ashes every day? That's a good way to dispose of the corpse. Yeah, she was eating it every day.
I thought my favorite episode was the girl who ate like couch cushions.
Yeah, I remember her.
How's your daughter not listened to this podcast, Joe? She knows the bones she could use for drugs. She doesn't need to disperse them. Adam's
doing a throwback to last week's Patreon, in which some Africans have been digging up corpses and using the bones as drugs. It's a good story. Well, let's get started with episode number 207 of the Darwin Awards podcast. If you'd like to listen to the previous 206 episodes, 30 of them are available to you. The rest of them you got to pay for. Sorry, they're too good to be released on the internet for everybody to listen to. Too good. And if you can't figure out how to pay for them, we don't even want your money. Okay? Scroll down, you'll figure it out. All right, let's see. Episode 206.
I want their money.
We had the man who attempted to jump over the highway on skis, right? The ski jumper?
Yep.
We had the teen who died falling off of a moving car during a game of tag. By the way, there was one patron who sent us a list of more games of tag as we were trying to come up with them. Very
My kids came up with like 3. They're like banana tag, penguin tag. I'm like, what are those? I don't know what those are.
Penguin tag. Never heard of that. You have
to waddle the whole time?
That'd be fun, actually. Let's see. We had the man who was struck by the bell in the head. We knew that he was ringing that giant bell. And then we had the man who's drinking diesel for a bet. He drank like A gallon of diesel.
A
or something.
liter.
I can't remember. A liter.
I have no idea where people voted on this.
I'm gonna say ski jump was the most popular throughout all of like the internet, so maybe they did that.
Between the two polls that we post, the one on Spotify and the one on our Patreon, which even if you're not a patron, you can vote on, the winner by a narrow margin was the skier, the ski jumper.
Yeah.
Barely won over the drinking diesel guy. So,
Bummer.
who brought the skier stunt? Was it
I
Ben?
did.
Well done, Ben. Well done.
It's been
All right.
a while, I think, since I've won anything.
Well, I hope this makes you feel good inside.
Yeah, you're winning at life. So,
Do we feel bad that you're trying to win while somebody's dead? You're like almost profiting off of their death.
yeah, that's a good way to think about it, Joe. Yeah.
No, they're dead. They don't care anymore.
Each
Their
week when you
family
get to
might
go
care,
first,
right?
you're like hoping somebody dies in a really good way this week.
Yeah, you're like, when you find a really good story, you're like, oh wait, do I go first this week?
Yes.
Well.
Thanks for dying such a horrible death.
I do wonder if one day, it hasn't happened yet, that a family member of somebody from one of the stories that we've told
Will
is
find
gonna
us.
reach out and be upset. I mean, we're really just bringing stories from newspaper articles.
It
You should
happened
get a
once to
P.O.
us.
box, Joe, by now, because when I'm sending people things, putting my own address feels a little.
Why are you putting a
send your
return
own,
address?
You put your own return address? What a weird thing to do. People you don't know.
Just
Make
in
it
case
up.
you don't get it, send it back if it's something
Put it at
wrong.
your neighbor's
That's true.
house.
I don't really care if it comes back. You're right. I'll start writing Joe's address.
Put the return address to somebody you don't like.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. This first story, I get to go first this week. And this story comes out of Brazil. This is a man who was trying to flee the police. He lived in a town called Alagoas. I don't know what that is. But he's trying to run from the police. You never run from the Brazilian police. Oh my gosh. You get murdered.
Why? They just shoot everybody?
Yeah, they walk around with giant AKs.
I'm
Scary
sure that's
people.
what Brazilians think about American police based on news stories.
Based on the news. I tell you what, compared to the Brazilian police, from what I've seen, the American police are a bunch of kittens. They're sweet and innocent. Because Brazilian
and they
police,
take your money to get out of a ticket.
not ours, yeah. In
Okay,
Brazil.
first of all,
Brazil, yeah.
this article you're showing, why even post the
Is that
picture
ma-
of whatever this is? It's like
That's a Minecraft image.
it's like a blurred Minecraft image. You can't even make it out. What is it? Is it a guy peeing on a wall? What is
This
that?
is
I see legs and blue pants, I think.
This is a
Possibly.
pixelated image of a man who has been hanging on an electric fence that he got wrapped up in.
Ooh.
That's what happened. This guy was running from the police on Wednesday of this past week.
It's
and
a photo
he was,
reproduction.
is that no? That's just okay. That's translated from Portuguese, but I think it's the actual picture.
Oh.
I wish I could find the picture unblurred for you, but probably make it more funny. So this guy was the victim was at his house Monday night, and somebody had made a complaint call. Why they complained about him, I don't know, but somebody called the cops on him, and he fled the house as quick as he can. The family didn't know where he was, but the next morning they found his body wrapped around an electric fence that he was trying to climb outside of a slaughterhouse.
Okay.
He's
That's funny.
fleeing to the slaughterhouse.
He
All
got
right.
slaughtered.
That's right. And he ran into an electric fence. Now, if he
Oh,
weren't running from the police, would the story be as good?
Well, there could be multiple reasons.
Is he trying to climb the fence and he got stuck in it and like
Yeah,
died?
that's what I assume. That's what I assume.
Okay,
He's
so
trying to climb.
wrapped in it. I'm like, what the heck? What did he do?
Well, it doesn't say. All I know is he's running from the police and he
He
ran.
could
He
have
tried to
stolen
climb
a
over an
chicken,
electric
Joe.
fence.
We don't know. This poor guy. He probably just didn't pay his taxes or something. And
He's a
Brazil.
hero.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
and like he
Someone
just-
called the cops on him for stealing his chicken.
So we owed taxes this year. I kind of want to know what it feels like to not pay them. Because I hear advertisements all the time. I owe $203,000 in taxes, and
Oh,
they
you mean
got me off for
skip out on
$1,200.
Well, if you know how it feels being electrocuted by an electric fence. That's what happened to this poor man. He didn't pay his taxes.
That's what
And
happens
he got electrocuted.
at the slaughterhouse.
so-
Why is he headed towards the slaughterhouse? Is that where he hides out? Maybe that's where his
Most
gang
criminals don't really have a good plan for
You
fleeing.
know what would have been better if the slaughterhouse had like a pig pen as well, and they devoured his body.
Good thinking, man. That's a great way to get rid of a corpse, actually.
That's-
The pigs eat it.
is. And then it turns into bacon. Yes. Perfect.
And then everybody else eats it. Oh, this is a great idea.
I'm kind of concerned for your daughter right now. I don't know why. It kind of did creep me
You
out
want to know?
there.
She's been watching Unsolved Mysteries.
I'm
like the
concerned
Netflix
for your
special.
students now that they know about this
Yeah.
information
Dude.
about disposing of body at a...
Just... Wellington has one horrible teacher that's like, he's in 7th grade. Or, yeah, 7th grade. And it's college and career awareness is the class. It's basically a garbage class
Wow.
that
Hope she
they're
doesn't
forced
listen.
to take. And the
Hope they don't
teacher
go.
is the worst teacher. They just basically play on the computers and he just like talks about things in his life all day. So he was constantly telling me things about this teacher. I'm like, where did you hear that? He's like, oh, my teacher told me. I'm like, don't listen to a word that teacher says. He's an idiot.
He's just got an audience and just telling life stories that
Yes.
are half-truths.
Just a captive audience.
A bunch of 7th graders.
I was climbing Mount Everest.
I lie
No.
to my students constantly.
You have to. You don't want them to know who you are.
All right. Well, that was a man being electrocuted by an electric fence as he was escaping from the police. Not the most exciting of stories, but I enjoyed. The reason why I liked it, I'll tell you why. Because it said wrapped around an electric fence, and for some reason, I found that entertaining.
I imagine a chain link fence with one of those spiral things, and he got caught up in that. And that was electrified part.
My story comes out of Indonesia. Indonesia, in my brain, is somewhere on...
Oh no! Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an island, right? It's a combination of islands?
It's like thousands of islands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
It's
So
where all of the scammers come from.
No,
Indonesia.
that's not-
that's
no.
India.
No, it's Indonesia too. Yes.
Okay.
All right, if you say so. Well,
True.
in Indonesia, they have a volcano. Let me see what the name of this volcano is. I'm
What is it?
It wouldn't really matter.
That's
It doesn't
Mexico.
really matter. But we have Chinese tourists going there. I mean, doesn't matter where they're from. Not really. What they're doing.
It's very nearby. For China.
South.
Not very many Americans are headed to Indonesia, but it's right there.
I mean, I'm seeing images here, and they look beautiful.
I'm
I'd
sure
love
there's
to go.
Americans there.
Dude,
too.
I've always wanted to go to Bali, which is one of the major islands
Is
of
that where
Indonesia.
Bollywood?
That's where no, that's not the same thing. The island of Bali. It's like Indonesia's got islands that humans never have been to. It's
Right,
like
but
the
isn't that where
coolest
people
place.
rich people just buy their islands?
I don't know if they have any Indonesian islands for sale. Off the coast of the Central America, you can buy islands, but I don't know about Indonesian
We
islands.
should buy one, guys. Indonesian. We need to reinvest our money.
We would never.
from the
How would we
podcast.
get there?
It would cost less to buy the island and to travel there.
They're like, yeah, okay, $500 is yours. They probably sold it to 10 other people. Nobody's ever going to go.
That's like one of those. Have you ever bought a knighthood or a lord? Like you,
No,
You can
like
do
a
that
spot on the
just like
moon
naming a
or a
star.
star. Yeah.
Yes.
those people are geniuses in
yeah,
my mind.
that
Whoever
is
created that
so
stuff.
good.
Yeah, you can
'Cause
buy
I-
a square foot of the moon, actually.
You can buy a square foot of like Scottish anything. And
Oh
you
yeah,
become
grass.
a
That's
lord.
right. You can.
Yeah.
These guys created. They mapped out the world digitally, and then they sold plots of land online. So you can
Yes,
own
I've seen that.
Dodger Stadium online,
Yep.
and it's yours now
Right. On this platform, but
Yes.
another platform is also selling it.
Yes. They're making tons of money.
I almost bought some years ago on that one.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Yeah. How's
I
that?
didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Those pictures you have of Jesus or whatever it is. What do you have?
Yeah,
My
you should have
NFTs?
sold that.
Yeah. What are those? I can't
So,
remember.
They're
should've
holding their
sold it
value.
when it was. It would no.
Well, that's
it,
good.
No, it was worth like $1,000 or $2,000 at one point. I was like, sell it right this second,
Sell.
right now.
Jill was like, no. I can see the upside because if it's worth like $100,000 in the
Okay,
future, great.
Right, off track here.
All right.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. It's fun.
I got a pretty simple story, but this is a Chinese tourist in Indonesia, at the edge of a volcano. Apparently, you can do that. I didn't know.
Why not? Why not? You want to go up there,
Well-
toss in a virgin? Who cares? Nobody's going to bother you in Indonesia.
What was the Chinese guy's name, Ben? What was the Chinese guy's name?
Her name?
Oh, her name. Girl.
Uh,
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know.
Hung Long.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think how'd she die, man?
I guess that's how it's spelled. I mean, it's
That can't be true. Do I gotta find. Do I have this article?
Huang.
That is her name. He's not joking. I thought he was lying.
No.
Technically, it looks like it's Huang Long.
Not any better.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Why are you making me read that? Okay. It's believed that she was taking some photos of Belgium.
Taking photos of the lava?
Selfies. I don't know. Investigators believe that she stumbled after catching her clothing on a rock face and vanished down the volcano.
Wait, it's not like
Look, you can actually see the volcano behind her at an angle.
is it
that
like-
blue
water?
It's sulfur like boiling. It's like
on
Oh.
top of
boiling
on top of it.
gases.
I'm sure that
stuff.
smells great.
It probably stinks like crazy because it's all.
I'd imagine. Yep. Anyways, Wang Hung Long's.
She stumbled backwards over the crater's edge while posting a picture. Oh my
What's
gosh.
crazy is one of the released photographs. That one of them. There's probably more. Is her posing on the rim of the volcano with one leg raised.
Oh, that's why her leg's up in the air.
Oh,
She's
there
like
it
got
is,
one
yeah.
leg
I
up in the
bet-
air in front of the
Doing one of those
boiling water.
poses.
She's wearing
And,
like Apple Vision Pros or something right there. Looks like
No.
I can tell what that is.
Just really big glasses.
Oh, well, we have
Anyways.
a lot of these. How many people do we see on each week that are doing some kind of pose and they die or some type of selfie? It's just unreal.
There's something special. A lot of people fall off cliffs and stuff, but falling into an active volcano, there's something special about that.
Yeah,
It's a little more.
Is it?
We may have talked about this on the podcast before, but it's been probably at least 100 episodes. Did you guys ever do the hike up to Half Dome?
Oh yeah.
Did you
in
peek your head
Yosemite.
over the side?
We barely. I crawled up to the edge, scared as I could possibly get. And
It seems like my worst nightmare.
Yeah. Yep.
last time I went was with a guy named Scott Sedgwick, and he like walked up to the edge and was like dancing around on it. Like, you guys are a bunch of wusses.
Terrible.
I just value my life.
Those are the people taking selfies standing up next to the edges.
Yeah. He was ahead of his time, actually. 'Cause-
Yeah. He wasn't even taking
was.
pictures.
They
He was
didn't
just doing it for real life memories.
Yeah, just real.
Then you remember.
The thing about this girl, though, is her selfie or her picture of herself isn't even very good. Like, it's kind of,
How is it so blurry?
it's like blurry and gross. Like, she doesn't even look good.
I have
With the
coworkers
Chinese
sit-
camera she's using there, it's just not.
They are better than our cameras. Trust me, Adam. But I have coworkers sending me stuff from events they're going to, and I'm like, what are you sending this from a flip phone? What is happening?
Yeah.
How do you get blurry pictures like this?
Probably Android, most likely.
Maybe that photo's been filtered 20 times.
They
Yeah,
did
TikTok.
retrieve this lady's body
Okay,
2 hours later. So she must not have boiled in the water, you know? Or maybe it was just part of her water. But I know that the water, like this volcano, it says it's like blue fire, and there's like a crater lake which is
The
made out of the
sulfuric
sulfuric gases
flowing.
or something.
Gross.
Yeah.
She
So it's
boiled.
not-
She boiled her body.
yeah.
If they don't excavate bodies from Mount Everest, why would they go down into a volcano to get a body?
She's
They
pretty.
just leave bodies up on Mount Everest. You
Yeah.
can fly up and get them.
Because, I don't know. I don't know, Ben. That's a good
Well,
question.
Everest, you have to hike them down.
Yeah. How do you get up
No,
there?
you can't take a helicopter? They
No,
don't fly
the
that high?
air's too thin to get up that
I
high.
don't think they take helicopters up over Everest,
they
do
don't.
I bet you could. A drone could
I
probably
think
do
there's
it now.
He was a frozen guy there for like 100 years or something ridiculous.
Yeah, there's
No.
Everyone who dies up there, they just leave them.
They
don't.
stay
They
up
don't
there.
bring them back down.
I think there's a body count of like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now they're just stepping stones to get up to the top.
We should do that everywhere. We should just leave people where they lie. Everyone. All the selfie deaths.
We already do. There's like little crosses with flowers everywhere, all over the place.
Okay.
That is purely cultural, isn't it? We don't.
That's memorial, not relieving their bodies.
When I die, can you guys find a good place to put one? Just a little cross and flowers somewhere.
Oh, yeah, of course. You ever drive by one of those little crosses and flowers on the side of the road and you're like, there? How'd you die there?
An accident. Car accident, probably, Joe.
Right there? It's such a weird place. It's really?
There can't put it in the middle of the road. It's
not even on a curve.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's right.
What'd you crash into? There's nothing.
It's like this is on a this is
head-on collision.
Okay, but we're being mean now.
All right, well, that was good. So we have an electric fence death, and we have a lady who fell into a volcano.
Yep.
That's so fun. All right, we're going to take this break.
Yeah.
We'll come back with Darwin Award nominee number 3.
The winning story. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's so fun.
I really like listening to podcasts in the evenings. I'm also a big fan of the Darwin Awards. Not a joke, Hunter loves this podcast. We sat around the radio and listened. That was back before television. You really should listen to the bonus episodes. Look, I'm not being a wise guy. Only costs $5. Join me and Hunter. Pay the $5, and together we can change the world. Wait, where am I? I'm Joe Biden, and I support this message.
I'm very excited about Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm going to drive all the way to Joe's house to go golfing. And
Red's coming too.
Yeah, I want to see his new golf scores, how good he does. How good Joe says he is. But.
I'm not saying I'm good. I've just done well the last 2 times I've golfed. That's all.
Hey, do you want to tell Greg what's happening right now?
Greg, if you're listening to this while driving, I already beat you there. I am 2 hours ahead of you, and we're playing 9 holes before you get there. Just so you know.
This is not a lie. This is not a lie. They already have a round of 9 holes.
Yep, 9:10. We start at 9:10, Greg. So sorry, when you get there at 11:30, we'll be warmed up, ready to go.
And then we'll golf the 18 together. Of course, we could be really tired.
It could backfire. We could be exhausted.
No, what's going to happen is your first 9 is going to be very.
Oh, you're right.
You're
right. I'm going to golf like a 40 for the first time ever in my life, and I'm like, we got to continue.
Yeah, and Greg's going to play like garbage because he's trying to keep up with you guys, and he's going to be upset at that point, and then he won't be able to golf the back 9.
Oh yeah,
he's not going to know how.
What's funny is you're going to tell him to listen to this podcast on the drive.
Yes, he needs to. And then find out. He's going to find out like an hour into the drive. Like, oh my gosh.
He's going to go faster. He's going to speed up.
These jerks. Anyways, all right. I got a story here, guys. I don't think either of you have this story. I mentioned it to Joe, and he didn't recognize it. Let me share with you the screen of this dude. It almost looks like AI generated. It's a little, in a way. That's what this guy looks like right here. This guy is a 21-year-old boy, man. Did it share? It did, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean when you say AI generated. Just because I'm getting used to AI photos now.
Well, the title of the article, 20-year-old dies as Instagram reel attempt goes wrong in a UP village. This is in India.
It's a great
Pradesh
jacket.
village.
Yeah, I want that jacket.
Yeah, he actually looks really cool. It looks like a Bollywood star.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty good. Well, he has followers, apparently. So an attempt to create a viral Instagram reel turned fatal. A young man in Pradesh, he hung upside down from a flag post on the roof of a school to record a stunt.
What a power move to do that at your school.
It's a power move. How do you hang
It's not
upside down?
his school. He's not in junior high. He's a 21-year-old guy.
Oh, okay. What a
What a weird thing to do. He wanted to raise a flag on the pole while hanging upside down. That's his stunt. They can't come up with anything more creative. It's like, what can I use? What if I hung upside down on this flagpole? I don't know how you do that.
have you ever hung upside down on monkey bars? You just.
But is
At
it a
21
sideways
years
one?
old, you can still do that.
Wrap your legs
You
like a
can-
pretzel around it and hang upside down?
But on a
Yeah.
flagpole, like what's there to grip onto? You're just going to slide down.
I mean, seriously, have you never hung upside down as a
This
kid?
flagpole's vertical, but not horizontal.
Ben, monkey bars have like crossbars you wrap your legs around. A flagpole's just a straight up and down thing. What are you going to put your legs?
It doesn't have to be straight up and down. It could be just like a flat one.
Well, this one is.
Maybe he has really grippy legs, or they're sweaty.
It wasn't the sweaty legs that caused his demise or his lack of strength. It says while he was hanging upside down trying to hang this flag, the cement flagpole couldn't bear the weight and collapsed.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
That's so great. It just broke.
It broke on him. It just collapsed.
He didn't even fall. The flagpole gave out from underneath him.
Yes.
Is this guy doing some kind of protest at a junior high school when he's 21?
He's putting up the Antifa flag up there.
And they don't even think that it was the fall so much as that he got crushed from the cement pole that collapsed.
Oh,
wait, it's-
ouch!
Yeah.
Heavy.
The very old cement pole.
Check it out. His Instagram feed
Oh,
is
I
filled
see that
with
now.
similar stunts where he can be seen hanging upside down from trees and ceilings.
This guy's a monkey, man. Look at me.
Seriously.
Wow. So that's what
Once
he does.
again, he is 21. He can still do this with his body.
Wow, that's
we cannot.
That's quite an Instagram reel to think of. I just hang upside down from things. Yeah.
That's all it
I
takes.
feel like as kids, we probably, if we were growing up in this generation, we could have come up with something.
We were jumping off the roofs of our houses when we were like
before
8
we
years
had
old.
videos. Yeah. Man,
We were speed climbing a, 200-foot tree at 12 years old.
that's true.
well, I think 200 feet's more like redwoods, but yeah, it's like
Okay,
40 foot,
I
maybe?
don't care about distance or volumes or measurements, but
I think
it
you
was
guys
high.
were more like 60 feet up
maybe.
that tree.
Yeah,
Yep,
pretty high.
Well,
and we could get up there in like 18 seconds, I'm sure.
who thinks a cement pole is going to collapse under your weight? It's cement. It's supposed to be
But
strong.
that's not the thing. Who hangs upside down from poles? That's the
This
thing.
is cement in India. It's not.
Indian cement is very different.
There's no
No, but,
rebar in there.
The thing is, his skill isn't what killed him. It's not like he slipped. The
But
freaking pole gave
Stupidity.
out.
His stupidity.
Yeah,
killed him.
he's up on a flagpole. That's the dumb part. Okay, don't climb the flagpole. Okay.
He's doing something with his life. Okay.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yes, he's not doing anything. He was like, he did something. It's done.
Joe, are you okay?
Because he's drinking red juice instead of yellow juice.
With some bloody urine.
This is
Cranberry concoction.
Fanta.
Oh,
Fanta.
and it's
What's
strawberry.
in that jar?
He can't drink it out of the can. He has to pour it in a jar first to drink it.
It wasn't cold.
Is there a cherry
Wait,
pit in there?
Do you
What?
chill your bottle? Do you chill your jar? Oh, you put ice
No.
in it. Okay.
Oh, it's just
Guys,
a- it's
this
just
is just
a-
a regular.
Hey, look at
Sorry,
us.
there was a reflection, so it looked like there was something at the bottom of it.
We've gone from Brazil to Indonesia to India.
This is a very culturally diverse
Yes.
show.
Yes.
We're all about diversity, equity, and inclusion
and we
in
don't,
the deaths
yes,
that we tell.
Yes, and we don't ever poke fun at their ethnicity or names or anything like that. All right, let's move on to
be
lightning
honest,
round.
when they are from the U.S., we make fun of them even more.
It's true.
We don't discriminate. We make fun of Hung Long. We make fun of the Indian kid.
We make fun of
We
everyone equally.
No, anybody.
Anyone who dies. All right, so in the lightning round here, we're going to each bring a little headline or a teaser of a story, and we're going to vote on the one we want to hear and add it to our first three. I went last, so I will bring my headline first. My headline is about another influencer, but this time he's 20 years old, and he also dies while filming a stunt.
Okay.
Adam, I'm feeling upset by you because usually I'm. In the past, it hasn't been recent. In the past, I've been very good about finding influencers or people dying doing social media stuff, and I don't think I've brought those in a while. So you're upsetting me. today.
Oh, I could be an
Good job.
influencer.
I have an oldie but goodie. Another elevator shaft story, but it also ties in with forgetting your keys at home. It's like a mix between the two.
Oh, really? I saw a different keys at home story as well. Yes. Interesting.
My story is about a woman's body that was found in a clothing donation box.
The donation. Yeah, that's a classic.
Been a while.
Yeah, we've had...
Hold on. Is that out of Washington
Australia?
or Oregon? Where is it?
Florida.
Oh, they
We're all
donate
over the
things over
place.
there?
Florida woman.
I think we could make a map of the world and put pins where the dumpster deaths were, because they're all over the place.
The dumpster divers.
There probably wouldn't
The
be very
donation
many
boxes.
in Mexico or anywhere. But.
No, there are actually. Oh, no, they are. I actually saw one last week out of Mexico, and I almost brought it because everybody commented on the post. They're like, these guys, what they do is they go in the donation boxes, they grab all the clothing, and then they go sell it down the street at their little store. So everything you donate in Mexico just gets sold.
Okay. Well, what are we
I
gonna
like
vote
Adam's
on?
influencer story, Ben. What do you think? Let's do the influencer.
That was going to be clear as soon as he said it. I was like, I think it's going to be about my story.
This is called, the title of this one is A Reservoir Tragedy. When is it not a tragedy? Is every death a tragedy? I don't even know.
No.
What makes it a tragedy?
Because the newspaper editors write that in.
Well, I haven't heard of any tragic deaths yet in my life.
Well, I'll share you this, guys.
I'm sure you have.
You've heard a lot of deaths. This one's a tragic death because he was a really good guy.
No, he's
I can
not.
tell just by looking at him, I don't like this guy.
You can't wear those sunglasses.
He's half tattooed, upper half from his
I
nipples
prefer the picture of him half tattooed instead of the picture with just his face and those sunglasses.
Yeah. Those sunglasses are like, you're trying too hard. All right, well, this man, he comes out of, it's in the U.S. story, I'm pretty sure.
As a matter of fact,
this is
if
US.
you have
is this UK?
this,
What is this? The Sun?
if you have this type of
UK
mustache
edition. This is UK.
and beard that you cannot grow,
Oh, Joe, this guy died in
You're
the
right.
Lake Salto Grande. Remember? You visited there once, remember?
Salto Grande, yeah. Yeah, I think that believes the big jump. That means big jump, right? Big jump lake.
The big jump.
Lake that you yes, Salto Grande.
In the Brazilian state of Americana.
That's right.
Americana. That's
Ben's
what he
right.
said.
This guy's mustache is
Brazil.
disgusting.
He's from Brazil,
You
guys.
can't really grow it.
So he's
He's
an
trying.
influencer. He looks like an influencer. He's quite tatted up.
His girlfriend's just as influential.
She looks like an influencer too. There's a one with no clothes on the screen out of here.
Basically. Well, he has 128,000 followers on Instagram, so really about 22,000 because 100 of those are fake. So 100,000 of those are fake. 22,000 followers on Instagram. So what he said, he posted online that he is going to drop something or go live shortly, is what he said.
Okay.
Oh, here it goes. He said he was known to his fans, Mick D. John, that's his name, had earlier promised to his followers something live during his visit to the artificial lake, which is a reservoir.
I think you mean MC Die Gun.
There you go. That's good. Now this guy's like, look, I'm going to be at the Salto Grande. I'm going to go live. I promise. Okay.
Well, so he never went live, is what happened. According to the reports, he drowned. And his friends tried to save him. And I went to 3 stories to find the one sentence that's in these articles. There's a police report right at the bottom. So what I found is that he was in it said he was in a container.
Shipping container?
Being dropped into the reservoir.
Oh, sweet. Like a barrel.
Like a barrel. Yes, into the reservoir. And he did not resurface when they practiced it, I guess, before he fell into it. A police report said that he was inside a water tank before falling into a dam. That's where he drowned.
So he's doing one of those, what's that water from Niagara Falls, a barrel
But
jump?
I don't think he was falling into the dam. I think he was probably going to be dropped into it or something with a barrel. is what it sounds like. So Joe had it. I think you guys had it right. Maybe a barrel.
I pulled this up while you were doing this. Guess what? He's well known for being a singer and composer.
Oh.
He records tracks in studio, so it
Maybe
definitely
he's
is MC Daigun.
This could be the Kanye of Brazil.
What's the population of Brazil, Joe?
It's 83 million.
And he has 100,000 followers?
Way more than that.
They're not all Brazilians that follow him.
He ain't nobody. Well, now he's not anybody, but he never was.
I don't like that influencer story as much as I liked the Flagpole influencer story. That one,
that was more dumb following. It was kind of fun, but this dude stunts on social media never go well. Maybe they do go right. I just never see them go right. But I always see
they always go right. That's why they keep trying them, and they get worse. And they start like harassing people, and then you got the guy who finally got arrested in Japan or wherever for harass. I don't know if you see these influencers that walk up to people and just harass them on live streams and get away with it. Finally, someone didn't. And was going to jail for like 90 years.
Oh, nice. Good.
We
need to clamp down on those people.
Do you guys think we could do, if we did a stunt, maybe that we'd get more followers?
I have a challenge for you two brothers and Greg listening, trying to speed now to golf. Let's see how many followers we can get if we each create a new account as an influence account.
Ben,
we are going to try to be influencers. You
work in social media. You'll just use some funds to advertise.
When do I post? No funding. Just using your own hashtags and like interesting.
Joe has like 1,000 students, so just have them all follow him.
That's fine.
It's not even worth it. He's just
This sounded fun maybe 15 years ago, but now I'm too old for that, so I'm not doing this.
You don't think dads in their 40s or 50s, I don't know how old you guys are,
in the 50s,
can't be influencers?
We are, guys. Okay? And we're going to stop being influencers if we continue with this BS part of the podcast. Can we move on to...
Yeah, let's get on to the
recap.
Fun part. Recap and fun part.
Our first story was the story of a
what was it?
Man
Pull up your notes.
who got electrocuted by an electric fence when he was running from the police. Second story was a Chinese woman named Wang Long who fell into an active volcano while trying to take a selfie.
It was not Wang Long.
Okay. Same thing.
The last story, or our third story brought to us by Adam, was an influencer hanging himself from a cement flagpole that happened to fall while he was up there and crush him.
It didn't sound right when you said that. He's not hanging himself like it's suicide.
Oh, sorry. Okay, he's hanging upside down, trying to put up some sort of flag up there. Yeah. And then our last story was an influencer who somehow jumped into like a dam or something from some water tank.
In some container that we don't really know.
All right, let's do the voting. I went first. I get to vote first. And my vote, it's coming down to, for me, it's either the volcano, active volcano fall, or it's the kid who climbed up the flagpole and was hanging upside down. I don't know which one to choose because I feel like standing at the edge of a volcano with your back to it is like
and we finally got a selfie from it.
Move. Like it's
normally
so stupid.
They don't have the selfies.
That's true. We did get the selfie picture too. But I also believe climbing up the flagpole and hanging from it upside down as a stunt is kind of an all-timer, maybe end of the year top 10 kind of story. So I'm going to choose the climbing up the flagpole.
Wow, bold end of the year pull right there. But when you were debating, how much, to be honest, did the name of the student influence? Like, okay, now this is
it's
funny.
A chick.
The name of the Chinese lady.
Yeah.
No, the active volcano is funny to me.
Yeah, but that part of the story was funny.
I'm too mature for laugh at names like that. Okay,
you laughed literally on camera and audio. So I'm also going with the flagpole story. I was trying to think of a quick pun there, and it was on the. It doesn't matter, but I'm going with Adam's story.
I'll make it simple. I'll just be unanimous. I don't have any explanations. I'm just gonna do it.
Wow,
Easy.
entertaining, guys.
We are. We're
Well
really
Good job.
well done.
You're gonna listen to this again, Joe, and you're gonna be like, "This was actually a funny episode." Okay,
It was funny. It was funny.
I'm not.
Stop telling us we're not funny.
Congratulations, the Indian guy who tried to hang a flag at a junior high school.
It was a high school roof.
It's
High school
junior high.
roof. Okay.
So weird, but congratulations, India. Okay, let's talk about our Patreon, our bonus episode here.
Yeah, have you guys ever heard of a zombie deer?
No.
Yes, I have heard of zombie deer.
Probably shouldn't eat one.
Yeah, it's a poisonous plant.
No, it's a real deer with the
Okay. Zombie deer. Actually, everything they name is zombie these days. Zombie drugs last week. We got a zombie deer.
That's true. Zombies, zombie drugs in Africa last week.
Yeah.
I have a man who tried to rob a convenience store with something unique that has never been done before, I don't think. So I'll bring that one.
I got a man who's got his feet a little bit too close to a shredder.
His feet?
What kind of shredder? Like a paper shredder?
I don't know what kind of shredder, but I know it's called the shredder, and he got his feet too close.
Ugh.
I don't think it's a paper shredder.
While we transition into our Patreon here, before we officially start the Patreon, did you guys see the guy who, I'm sure you did, he died after having corona for 613 days?
I did see that, but I don't understand what that even means.
Has it been
Guess
around?
how many times they say his virus mutated?
Like 12 times or 19 or
Guess on
something
the
like that?
Patreon.
So
Guess
the
on
guy who got like 700 shots is far better off. Okay. What do you think about this guy? Have you guys heard this story?
Oh, you want to just do that?
Read it to us.
Canadian man repeatedly harassed with pizza deliveries. Have you guys seen that?
How was that harassment?
I've seen the joke before where you order pizza to somebody's place and then they have to pay for it or whatever.
Or they constantly giving tips. Like, I can't afford these tips anymore.
Well, let's go. Let's move on.
I tell you what, guys. You can harass me with pizza delivery anytime you want.
Right, but it's not like a DoorDash. It's you call a pizza delivery place and say, I'll pay you in cash.